This video is a threshold. It's a portal to the next steps of your life. I'm here to share one of the most powerful messages you will ever hear in your life. This video that I'm about to share with you now is absolutely life-changing. I highly recommend you pay attention because I'm coming on here to serve you. I'm coming on here to serve you from the other side. I'm on the other side of the portal. I'm on the other side of the dimensions, reaching back through the dimensions, through time and space to say, hey, I have a message of hope for you. You do not need to struggle any longer. You can lift yourself out of struggle by finding your soul purpose work. And that's what I'm going to talk about today in this video, is finding your soul purpose work. The reason finding our soul purpose work is so important is because it gives us a will to live. Most people have lost their will to live and are so desperately confused. They're taking trauma patterns and the repeating trauma patterns in their life, and they're trying to make sense of these repeating trauma patterns. What we need to do is find our soul purpose work. Okay, it sets us free. It makes us realize that everything that's ever happened to us, every way that we're damaged, every way that we're flawed, is actually our greatest strength. There's nothing more important in life than understanding how our weakness is our strength. It's our hidden strength. You believed the BS story that your weakness is your weakness. You are listening to the wrong story, the wrong people. You're going down the wrong path right now. And I'm here to reach back through the dimensions of time and space and say, no, course correct. Remember, we're going to take our weaknesses and turn them into our greatest strengths. There's no other option. It's either you lose your will to live permanently for the rest of your life and live in despair, or you get onto purpose and you find your soul purpose work. I'm going to share with you 6 steps to finding your soul purpose work right now. This is the path I've taken. I'm a very high-performing person. I don't know if you know that about me, but I will just say that I'm a very high-performing person. Usually what I talk about is over the heads of most people, and that's fine. If you're unable to understand what I'm sharing with you right now, then you're one of the chosen ones. You're one of the people who are farther along on your evolutionary journey, and you should listen to what I'm sharing right now, and you should take notes, okay? And you should really understand that your greatest weaknesses are actually an illusion. It's the hologram, the double-edged sword, the flip side to the coin that is your greatest strength. You're not utilizing the very gifts that God gave you here on this planet right now. I'm going to talk about it. 6 points to how to find your soul purpose work right now. Number 1. Your heartbreak holds the key to your soul purpose work. The first time your heart was broken. Can you go back in time and remember the first time your heart was broken? This is actually a really in-depth exercise. I recommend you start a journal, and I recommend you start exploring and excavating when your heart was truly first broken. Most people don't understand. They get it wrong. They think it's, oh, when I was 17 and I broke up with my girlfriend. No, that was only the first time you remember a big heartbreak. It probably goes back to precognitive memories when you were 2 years old and your caregiver like slapped you and you felt betrayed and your heart was broken. The innocence was lost. Now this holds a key because when we are fragmented, we're split, okay? And that split is a very, very powerful time in our lives where our true seat of authority happens. If you do not understand where your original heartbreak happened in your life, you do not have access to the seat of your authority, okay? If you do not have access to the seat of your authority, you are living in a shadow, a fragmented version of yourself. You're living as a hollow shell of who your potential could be. So the first step in finding our soul purpose work is to find our heartbreak and understand that experience is the seat of our power, our wisdom, our knowledge, our expertise, everything that we have to share with the world, why we have our authority, why no one else can educate us, teach us, or improve our awareness of this. Do you hear what I'm saying? No one can give you more authority. No one can educate you or make you more qualified to teach on your heartbreak. This is the seat of your power. Now, number 2 in your soul purpose work is understanding who you want to hang out with for a year. If you were to start a program to serve people, who do you want to hang out with? Okay, who can you serve? How do you take this seat of authority of your original heartbreak, your fragmentation, where this incredible power is entering into your life, and how do you bring it to others? Who can you serve? Who do you want to serve? And who do you want to hang out with? If you're someone who's never asked yourself this question before, get to work. You need to write this down. Keep it in your journal right next to your original heartbreak. Who do you want to serve? How can you serve them? And who do you want to hang out with for a year? If you created a year-long program, who do you want to spend time with and how are you going to serve them? That's a very important step because it gets you into service mentality. Oh, who do I want to hang out with? Who do I want to serve? If you are not serving people, you are burnt out and broke. Guaranteed, 100%, listen to me. If you are not serving people, you are desperately broke and burnt out. Now that leads me to number 3 on my list is the difference between service versus selfless. Most people have a great desire and a drive to be of service. It's actually one of the core human needs to be of service. Okay? But that drive leads us to take selflessness in its place. Selflessness is just a shadow of the service because selflessness is easy. That's the trap. That's the bog, the quagmire that drags us down. Selfless work is caregiving, being a nurse, working for nonprofits, doing things that make us feel like we're being of service, but actually drain our bank account, drain our energy, and burn us out. Now, let me ask you this. Are you someone who has a great desire for service, to be of service? Let me ask you, are you in a selfless job right now? Is it draining your life force dry? Are you broke? Are you at a dead end? Practitioners, massage therapists, Reiki practitioners, health practitioners, healers, most of these types of people who have great gifts to bring to the world are stuck in dead-end jobs that are draining their life force. That's because you do not understand the difference between service and selfless. You need to rearrange your life to do your service work, the service work that comes from your heartbreak, the seat of your authority, instead of the selfless work, working within the context of someone else's job. You cannot work for someone else and be at the highest level of your soul purpose work. You have to develop a program, a way to serve others that comes from your heartbreak. Okay? Number 4 on my list is if you want to make more money, make more offers. Look, it's that simple. If you do not have money, you're not making offers. What's an offer? An offer is let me help you. An offer is, let me get on the phone with you and support you. An offer is saying, I will help get you from where you are to where you want to go. I'll help you do a juice fast. I'll help you detox your body. I'll help you deal with your emotional trauma. I'll help you deal with your childhood wounding. Get on the phone with me. Pay me $50 and I will help you move through trauma patterns and blocked limitations. You got to make offers. If you're not making an offer, you're dead broke and you're unhappy and you're miserable. Why? Because you don't have your purpose work. Your purpose work will start to develop when you start to make offers. So this is a multiverse. You learn about your heartbreak. You learn about who you want to hang out with. You get into service and you make offers all at the same time. You do not need to be qualified. You do not need to know what your offer is. You need to get out of your own way to make offers. Now, that leads me to number 5 on my list. As soon as we go to think about making an offer, we run into a brick wall. Yeah, we do. We run into a really, really big brick wall that has been stopping us our whole life. And I call it the who am I's. It's the fraud complex. It's the syndrome of the who am I's. Who am I to help others? Who am I to be successful? Who am I to be listened to by somebody else? Who am I to be an authority, to be effective? Who am I to be successful? My mom isn't successful. My sister's not successful. My grandma wasn't successful. My friends and family aren't successful. So who am I to be successful? Well, that's the case of the who am I's, and it's a fraud complex that's going to stop you dead in your tracks. And the first thing that happens when you think about your soul purpose work, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to run into the who am I's. Yep, guaranteed. So how do we overcome the who am I's? Well, we need coaching, we need mentorship, and we need support. There's no question about it. The fastest way to go from where we are and to overcome the brick wall of the hurdle of the who am I's and to get into action and to be effective and to learn about our soul purpose work is to work with someone who's done it. That's me. I offer support for people who need to find their soul purpose work. Obviously, I'm doing it for free for you right now. But that leads me to number 6 on my list, which is you are your authority. Okay, this is very important to understand. As we experience the fraud complex, the who am I's, the hurdle to get over grows with our success. Okay, you're right now, right here, and you have your brick wall to get over, the who am I's to get over. Okay, but as you become more successful, your brick wall grows with you. The who am I's never goes away. The challenges never go away. You made a mistake in assuming, you made a very terrible assumption in your life and you were incorrect. And that assumption is that successful people have overcome their problems. They have not. Successful people do not let their problems stop them. Successful people do not let the who am I's stop them. Successful people actually, you might not know this, but I'm telling you right now, that the problems, the hurdles, the brick walls get higher and more intense and more challenging the more successful you become. So at a low level, your challenges are actually very easy. There will never be easier challenges for you in your life than you right now where you are. It never gets easier than where you're at right now. It never gets easier. The more success you create in your life, the more effective you become, the more challenging your hurdles become, the worse the fraud complex becomes, and the more the brick wall grows and grows and grows and becomes insurmountable. It becomes a puzzle that you have to figure out. We're not there yet, okay? We're just talking about number 6 on my list here, which is that you are the authority. How we become the person that doesn't listen to our problems and does it anyway is that we realize that we are the authority. No one can validate us. No one can give us a certificate, a PhD, or any kind of authority that means anything. It's all an illusion. You've bought into an illusion. You've bought into a falsity. You've bought into something that just simply is not true. You've believed it. You've believed it your whole life. And now here you are sitting here right here today believing something that is not true. You're living a lie and you believe it's true. So I'm here to shake you and wake you up and say, no, you are the authority. You were the only one that ever had authority. They all want you to forget that you have authority because they want to be the authority. So they tell you that you don't have any authority and that you have to get your authority from them. Anybody that tells you that you have to get authority from another person is a liar, and they do not have your best interest at heart. You should run the other way. Anyone that tells you authority lives outside of yourself is a fraud, and you need to run the other way. You've got the authority. The only question is, what are you doing with it? Your problems are never going to get easier than right now. What are you doing with it? You're doing nothing. However, the path to find your purpose work, your soul purpose alignment, is the only path to pursue. There's nothing more inspiring than a person on purpose. When you align your vision and your values and your actions, you become unstoppable. When you become enrolled in who you are, with all of the fraud complex, with all of the flaws, with all of the abandoned parts of yourself, everything you've done wrong, everything, every lack, every limitation, every part that you've abandoned, every part that you hate, when you own that, you become unstoppable. You become enrolled in yourself. That's when people will become enrolled. That's your soul purpose work. You've just got to become enrolled in yourself. Look, finding your soul purpose work is as simple as becoming enrolled in who you are with all of your flaws. And guess what? Here's a secret pro tip. You want to be really, really successful at an incredibly high level? You take the thing you're most ashamed of and you share that with the world. You talk about it. You wear it on your sleeve. You lead with it. People don't understand what I'm talking about when I say this because it's a very high performance pro level tip. You take the thing that you are most ashamed about yourself, abandonment, abuse, sexual abuse, whatever it is, you take that and you lead. You lead with it. You say, hey, everybody, this happened to me. I'm a fraud. I don't believe in myself. I was abandoned. I'm afraid of being alone. I'm weak. I'm scared. You let them know. You let everyone know who you really are, because you've been hiding behind a shadow of who you really are because somebody told you you didn't have any authority and you believed the lie. And now you're hiding behind the shadow of who you really are not. So step into the power. That's your soul purpose work. What I just explained to you is the most incredible path to healing possible. This is the entrepreneurial road to healing that is life-changing at the very highest level. There's no faster way to personal development than what I just described, finding your soul purpose work through service to others. No amount of therapy. You could spend $1 million on therapy with the best therapists in the world, and it wouldn't be as effective and as fast and as efficient as what I just described to you. Nothing will bring you up against your edges of healing faster than entrepreneurial soul purpose work. So if you're ready to do that, get support with me. I offer support for entrepreneurial soul purpose work in my business mastermind program. My business mastermind is apprenticeship with me. It is not a program, okay? I don't give you a download. I don't give you something to follow, because that doesn't work. You need to learn the ropes. You need to learn the way a successful person thinks. You need mental, emotional, and support there when you feel your fraud complex. When you think your little old hurdle is big, you need somebody with a really big hurdle to say, no, that's small. Okay, you need reminders. So my apprenticeship program is simply apprenticing with me. It's like learning how to be a craftsman, a cobbler, a blacksmith, a seamstress. You apprentice with someone who's learned the craft, and then you learn the craft, okay? We're not talking about some get-rich-quick scheme. I could care less about money. I'm not motivated by money. I'm motivated by soul purpose work. I'm motivated by changing the world, by changing myself from the inside. I'm motivated by finding the authority that God placed in my heart. I'm motivated by finding the strength I have to do what I need to do regardless of my fears, my limitations, and my roadblocks, and the fraud complex, and the who am I's, and the big brick walls that try to stop me. Remember, successful people don't figure out how to solve problems. They do it in spite of the problems. That's how you circumnavigate the problem. You do it anyway. You do it in spite of the problem. You do it because it's hard. And if you're ready to do what's hard in your life to get the incredible upgrade, life-changing results, this is the path to become a millionaire, by the way. This is the path to become a 6, 7, 8-figure earner. This is the path to money. This is the path to fulfillment. This is the path to happiness. This is the path to service, okay? This is the path to better relationships. This is the path to better health. This is the path that lifts you up. This is the tide that raises all boats, okay? What I'm talking about is the true path to healing at the very highest level. My business mastermind is available for you to join. I will leave the link in the description below or in the comments so you can learn more about how I help people with this very high level. I recommend you join me. Do not worry about the money. The money comes and goes. Money is water under the bridge. But what you learn working with me will be the most life-changing experience you will ever have in your life, that will live with you as a tool in your tool belt, life-changing perspective, a bird's eye view that you will have for the rest of your life. You invest in education, it will change your life. You could spend money on dinner with your friends. You could spend money on a vacation. You could spend money on a bunch of clothes for your kids, or you could spend money on finding your soul purpose work with an incredible mentor who is focused on putting the right steps in the right order. And that's what I can provide to you. So if you can see the value there, then just jump in. And if you can't see the value there, then you've got more work to do. Like I said, not everybody can hear this message, but if you hear this message, then you are ready to take a step forward. Walk through the threshold of resistance, be bold, take bold action, and invest in my business mastermind immediately. And I will take you under my wing and I will show you. There's 110 people in my group right now. It's an incredible community for finding our soul purpose work. We're doing it together. You will not be alone. You don't need to know where to start. You don't need to know what to do. You need to say yes to your mentorship and to the next steps of finding your soul purpose work. That's my message today. This was a free message that I was providing to you because I care, because I truly care to help others achieve their highest level of health, healing, and transformation. Signing off for now. Much love and blessings to you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.